Welcome to Reiki. I'm glad you're here. Let's spend some time together. Today's Reiki is to help you escape the pressures of the day. So as you come to a place of being willing to let go, and release, you might want to find yourself in a comfortable position. Perhaps lying on your bed, perhaps sitting in a chair, perhaps sitting in lotus position on the floor. So take a couple of moments to get yourself into an ideal position. I don't know about you, but oftentimes I won't do the teeny tiny things that actually make a really big difference in my comfort. Like I'll be in bed and my feet are freezing and it would be so easy to grab some socks and I just don't want to. Or I'm on the couch and a pillow under my knees would make a big difference. But that would require getting up and walking across the room and finding the pillow. So while the video is running here, do what you need to do. Is the TV on in the background and your experience would be better if you turned it off? Is your phone dinging and you need to silence it? Is there a to-do item in the back of your mind that is still taking up residence and taking up cognitive space? Hop up and write it down so that your conscious mind can let you take a break for a little while, knowing that you won't forget because you took the time to write it down. So I'm going to give you a couple moments here where I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to set the space for a deep Reiki healing while you get yourself completely ready for relaxation. And if you're already there, while we're waiting for our friends to join us, I encourage you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with conscious effort. Okay. Hopefully we're all here and we're all settled and we're all ready. And I'm going to invite you to put your hands in what we call in Reiki, we call this position Gasho. Perhaps you know it as prayer position. And I invite you to put your hands together. You are connecting your two palm chakras. Now, sometimes when we put our hands together like that, we can feel an energy or a pulse. But sometimes it actually feels stronger if we take our hands apart a little bit. So again, you can be lying on your back with your hands in Gasho in front of your heart space. You can be sitting up in lotus position with your hands apart. And today we are going to start with gratitude. So yes, we're letting go of the pressures of the day, but I want you to think of 3 things today that you're grateful for. And I want you to blow those things with your own healing breath into your prayer hands like this. Okay. Now I want you to put your own healing hands, either both on your heart space or one on your heart space and one on your belly. And I want you to tune into the pulse of Reiki. So what does that mean? Some people feel a buzzing, kind of like you're on a vibrating chair. Some people feel like a muscle twitch or what we call a Reiki bump. Some people feel like a wash of relaxation or an infusion of energy, kind of like you're being plugged in to the socket, into the wall socket. And just take a few moments here as you're breathing, again with your own healing hands on your own beautiful body, to connect with the Reiki energy. You might not feel or experience or see in your mind's eye anything that I just described, but maybe you just have a sense of being fully present in your body or a feeling of being relaxed. All of those are signs that the Reiki energy is flowing for you. Now I'm going to take a moment here to do a little bit of chanting. And if you want to chant with me, you are welcome to. We are grateful to Reiki and the source of Reiki and the holy fire energy for being present today, tomorrow, and always, and for helping us to connect through time and space, to come to a place of deep gentleness and healing and grace as we fully let go of the pressures of the day. And allow ourselves to be in a state of healing, relaxation, and renewal. So, we've probably all heard the stories about people who are in a health crisis and they get all the funny movies they can get their hands on. And they watch them and they laugh and they laugh and they laugh for days. And they are miraculously healed. So we're tapping into that same energy stream of letting go of the everyday stressors so that our bodies and our minds and our spirits and our emotions and our souls can tap into the goodness that life has to offer us. So I'm going to be quiet for a few moments here, and if you are still kind of replaying the events of the day and feeling not quite settled, I'm going to invite you to hold those things in your hands and be willing to allow the Reiki energy to sweep them away from you so that they're not causing damage in your energy field. Now, if your hands are still on your heart or still on your heart and your belly, I invite you to open them up and feel that the weight of the day has been lifted and released and let go. And take a few breaths to notice what it feels like to be empty. allow the shoulder muscles to just relax and let go. Feel the tension in the neck and at the base of the skull, the occiput just melting. If you had a headache today, notice the parts that were sore and be willing to let go of that tension and be empty. If your heart was hurting, be willing to let that hurt drain out the bottoms of your feet and be absorbed all the way to the core of the center of the earth, where it can be recycled, rejuvenated, regenerated for the good of the planet. If you felt sick to your stomach about something today, your digestion was disturbed, be willing to feel empty and let go. If you're holding on to tension in your buttocks or your groin or your hips or your knees or your feet, be willing to be empty. Now, I want you to imagine an empty bucket floating on a lake. Now, if this bucket were filled with rocks, it would sink. But it's not, because the tension and the trauma and the worries of the day have simply been removed, and the bucket is empty and it's floating on the lake. And I want you to imagine yourself as this empty, floating bucket. And enjoy just being tossed on the surface of the lake, and just imagine floating and the sunlight shining on you, and you are not carrying any of it. You're just empty and open and carefree. And if you feel a little knot coming in, be willing to scoop it out and let it go. And go back to the metaphor of being empty and floating and at ease. I'm going to be quiet for a few moments here and just encourage you to allow any little thoughts that pop in to simply be washed away, and stay with the image of being an empty bucket, peacefully floating. And now tune in with your body, mind, spirit, soul, and see if there's anything else that needs to be let go. And if so, let it go. And now we're going to ask the light of Reiki to penetrate and infuse all the parts of your body, mind, spirit, and soul that were weighed down. We're going to ask this healing light to fill up those spaces. So you're filling it with ease and comfort and love and connection. What else do you want? Grace and nurture, productivity, relaxation, filling all the spaces with all the goodness. If there were any parts of your physical body that were in pain before the start of this session, I invite you to put your own healing hands on that part of your body and feel the infusion of Reiki light and love right into that space. I invite you to leave your own healing hands there until you feel the release of that tension or trauma. Same thing with your emotions, your thinking mind. If it's an emotion that you are healing, perhaps you could put your healing hands on your heart. If it's a thinking pattern that is repetitive, that you're ready to let go, here's a couple of good hand positions that you could hold. While you are holding your own healing hands where you need the Reiki, I will continue to channel the Reiki through time and space for you. I'm asking for you to experience the strength of the healing light at exactly the right amount for you, whether you need a fire hose of Reiki or you need a trickle. Reiki, of course, is intelligent and knows what each of us need. And as you are holding your hands where they are needed, I want you to tune back into your breath and send 3 big cleansing, healing breaths right into your belly. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we started the session today with gratitude. I'd like to end the session in the same way. I am grateful to Reiki and how it has changed my life. I'm grateful for the tools of Reiki and how they have allowed me to connect with you. And I'm grateful for all of the beautiful souls on the planet and beyond who want only the best for everyone. Thank you for being a part of that movement, that tribe, that group of light bearers and love bringers. My name is Jennifer Hall. It is my distinct honor to share Reiki healing with you here on YouTube and here in my healing space in Kansas City, Missouri. I do one-on-one hands-on healing, also through Zoom with people anywhere. And I also teach classes in person here in Kansas City and online from anywhere. If I can be a resource for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. It's my joy to hear from you. Until next time, the light in me recognizes and bows to the light in you. Namaste.